Are you curious about the world's deadliest natural disasters? From devastating earthquakes to catastrophic hurricanes, get ready to learn about the 6 most deadly events that shook the planet. Stay tuned. Yangtze River Flood 1931. Major flood events along the Yangtze River in central and eastern China have occurred from ancient times to the present, causing considerable destruction of property and many casualties. But the major flood of 1931 stands out. It covered tens of thousands of square miles, flooding rice fields and various cities, including Nanjing and Wuhan. The flood affected more than 50 million people. Government organizations, including the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, estimated the death toll to have been about 3.7 million people. Haitian earthquake, 2010. On January 12, 2010, an earthquake hit Haiti about 15 miles, 24 kilometers, southwest of the capital city, Port-au-Prince. The earthquake registered a magnitude of 7.0 on the Richter scale and was followed by aftershocks that registered magnitudes of 5.9 and 5.5. Another aftershock of magnitude 5.9 struck on January 20. The earthquake was generated by contractional deformation along the Liujiang Fault, a small, hidden thrust fault discovered underneath the city of Liujiang. There has been debate about the total number of deaths caused by this earthquake, but estimates suggest that about 200,000 to 300,000 people died. Hundreds of thousands more were displaced. Typhoon NINA-BANQIAO Dam Failure, 1975. Typhoon Nina struck western Hainan province of China in August 1975. The typhoon caused a catastrophic dam failure, and the ensuing floods caused more than 150,000 casualties. The Banqiao Dam had been built in the early 1950s in an effort to control the Huanghe Yellow River, but Typhoon Nina produced floods twice as intense as the flood levels the dam was able to withstand. According to death toll reports, at least 26,000 people died in the floods. An estimated 145,000 people died from epidemics caused by water contamination and famine. The number of people affected by the disaster exceeded 10 million. TOKYO-YOKOHAMA earthquake, 1923. An earthquake with a magnitude of 7.9 struck the Tokyo-Yokohama metropolitan area about noon on September 1, 1923. The death toll from the tremor was estimated to have exceeded 140,000. Most of those deaths were caused by subsequent widespread fires. Many hundreds of thousands of houses were either shaken down or burned, and the shock generated a tsunami that reached a height of 39.5 feet at the city of Atami on the Sagami Gulf. The earthquake and its aftermath destroyed the largest commercial center of Japan and traumatized the nation for decades. KASHMIR earthquake, 2005. On October 8, 2005, a disastrous earthquake struck the Pakistan-administered portion of the Kashmir region, the northwest frontier province of Pakistan, and adjacent parts of India and Afghanistan. The earthquake was measured at a magnitude of 7.6, and the relief effort for the survivors was hampered by numerous aftershocks, ensuing landslides and falling rock. The severity of the damage and the high number of fatalities were exacerbated by poor construction in the affected areas. In Kashmir, at least 79,000 people were killed and more than 32,000 buildings collapsed. Great Galveston Storm, 1900. The Great Galveston Storm occurred on September 8, 1900, when a hurricane with an estimated strength of Category 4 hit Galveston, Texas. This hurricane remains the deadliest natural disaster in U.S. history, as well as the worst hurricane in U.S. history. More than 8,000 people were killed and 10,000 were left homeless. The hurricane decimated Galveston, which at the time was one of the most advanced cities in Texas. The hurricane had an estimated tidal surge of 15 feet, while the barrier island of Galveston was only 5 feet above sea level. It struck without much warning, as storm forecasting at the time lacked the advanced technology necessary to accurately predict the enormous physical and human toll the hurricane would take.